Hello and welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, where today we have got some things to do. We finally got bombs, which in any Zelda game means that there's a lot now open to us, or rather a lot that we can bomb open. So we are going to be using these bombs a little bit. And we're also going to be going to meet the Zoras today. Let's get the slingshot equipped. So this wall here, it's climbable. It looks climbable in this version of the game. In the original version of the game, nothing about this wall suggested it was climbable, but it always was. It's just a weird little thing about this game. We also have to go get magic today. That'll be interesting. Okay, I only needed half of that, but whatever. Wow, night did not last very long. I could make it nighttime again. Probably should, actually. Which button is which again? Sun Song, YRA. So, with it being nighttime... Oh, I guess the Skulltula is only here for Adult Link. Whoops, did not mean to jump that far down. In fact, didn't mean to jump down at all, but... sometimes these things happen. And we need to use a bomb to stop the large Goron from rolling. Where is it? There it is. Okay, it is. Not a fast enough roller for that. There we go. Why did you stop me? Don't stop me here. You can't stop my wild rolling. This wild rolling is the only way to relieve my stress. Now stand in awe of my wild, wild rolling. Isn't he supposed to give us some... Oh, he said don't stop me here. He wants to be stopped elsewhere. I get it. How's here work for you? All right, I'll give you this in honor of your courage. There we go. See, that right there is valuable. Didn't quite make it in time. There's not much reason to come down this path. It takes far too many bombings to actually get through. But we're doing it anyway. Wow, nice. I'll just use regular bombs. There we go. Oh boy, 5 rupees. I'm working on something really cool right now, but I think it's going to take a while. If you can wait 5 or 6 years, it should be ready, okay? Yup. Not much reason to have done that. And now to enter a room that we will be entering at least one more time. I do not quite recall the solution to this maze. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to go down the right side, though. At least for now. And then I can clearly see that that is a dead end because there's more gray rocks behind it. And we need an item that we do not have in order to get rid of gray rocks. But I have already solved the maze for now. We don't need to come back until a good deal. Oh, cool. Just throw that on the ground. Cool. I just wasted 100 rupees. Go me. At least I got a gold Skulltula. Well, I do believe we are done here in Goron City for now. Definitely still going to have some work to do there later. But later is not now. Who knew? And isn't there like a something near here? Like a grotto, maybe. I know there's one in the middle of those rocks, but I'm pretty sure we need Song of Storms to make that one appear. Well, let's climb Death Mountain. Time to throw 20 more rupees on the ground. This boulder sure does moo a lot. And here's why. Oh, look, more rupees to throw on the ground. Be there any fish in these puddles? 'Cause I need a fish. It is weird seeing the cows with these nose rings. In the US N64 version of this game, they did not have those, I don't think. They did in the Japanese N64 version, I'm pretty sure, but I think they removed it for the US version. But now they're back in OOT 3D, which, as someone who grew up with the US N64 version, just feels weird. I don't need milk right now, so I guess I came in here for nothing. Was hoping to find a fish. I need a fish. Thankfully, while these rocks do appear to be aflame, they cannot burn my shield. Is that a heart? That was a heart. Thanks, Gossip Stone. I think there's a grotto on this platform, or maybe it's the one below it. Well, it's clearly not that one. Ow. Also, if you bomb a Gossip Stone, they blast off to their home planet or whatever. Okay, I guess the grotto that's on one of these platforms must be a Song of Storms grotto then? I guess. Or maybe I'm thinking of somewhere completely different. Anyway, let's just blast our way into here. Our first great fairy fountain. I believe it's... Okay, it's YAX, got it. Oh, it's XAY. There we go. Welcome, Link. I am the Great Fairy of Power. I am going to grant you a sword technique. Receive it now. She's also going to grant me a magic meter, and that's what's more important here. I mastered the secret sword technique of the spin attack. When you charge power for a spin attack, magic power will be consumed. Pay attention to your green magic meter. Hey boy, you're a messenger of the royal family, aren't you? You should visit my friends who live across the land. They'll surely grant you other powers. Head to the path leading to Hyrule Castle. One of my friends awaits you there at a dead end in the road. When battle has made you weary, please come back to see me. So yeah, now we've got this energy around our spins, and we can also charge it up more, but quick spins are the best way to do it, because they don't cost magic. And once again, ignoring the owl real quick, because there's some stuff we can get in here. We can't stay here for long, but the timer is based on the number of hearts we have upon entering. And it's long enough that we can still get a few things. I got a magic jar. My magic meter is filled. Okay, there should be a fish in here. There is. Good. Items. Oh, I already have milk. But I actually want to just get rid of this fairy. so that I can grab a fish. It'd be nice to have bugs, but... Ooh, you know what? I should probably actually... Well, it's too late now. I should drink my milk to make room for some bugs. Because bugs will let us get more gold sculptulas. Then again, we're going to have another bottle soon, and there's a lot of gold sculptula, or a lot of soil patches that we're going to need to use gold sculptulas on. Or not use gold sculptulas, use bugs on to get gold sculptulas. Cool. I was not trying to throw that. Are you all that's in here, just a gossip stone? I don't care about just a gossip stone. Let's pop back into this grotto just for safety. As coming in here resets the timer because despite being inside the caldera of a volcano, that grotto is nice and cool. And heart piece. Now, will we be able to make it back up before time runs out? The answer is yes. We climb so fast in this version of the game. And since that completed another heart container for us, we are even more capable than we once were. So what do you got to sell, business scrub? Just bombs? No. Why would I need to buy bombs right here when I just got a chest that had bombs in it? Okay, time to actually talk to this owl. Hoot! Well, it looks like you've grown up a little from the Great Fairy's power. But you still don't really look like the hero who will save Hyrule. At least not yet. If you are going back down the mountain, I can lend you a wing. Come here and grab my talons. And hold on tight. Hoot! And down we go. Though it's still daytime. Nighttime's a little more helpful. Not a lot more helpful, but a little more helpful. Because it gives us access to some sculptulas, though I think I've actually already gotten most of the ones that I can think of. Have I rolled into this tree yet? Yep. Have I bombed right around here yet? Of course I haven't, because I didn't have bombs before. Forgot that there were redeads in here. When I was a kid, Redeads always terrified me. But nowadays, they're just another enemy. Cool. Throw that on the ground. I mean, it's not like rupees are worth a whole lot in non-randomizer runs of this game, but always feels bad to have a full wallet and find a huge gold rupee. Did I get the gold sculpture on this ladder? I did not. That completely normal moon we saw. This is going to be the last Zelda game for a while where we get to see one of those. Hey, good to see you up here. I'll give you this as a memento. So, I don't know that we're actually supposed to get up here by doing what I just did. But it's certainly way faster than getting up here the way that the game probably expects us to. Anyway, I do believe there's not really a whole lot else for us to do here right now, so let's book it. Actually, how many gold sculptures do I have? 18. Not enough for another reward. These guys are supposed to die in water, but I guess they only die if it gets above a certain part of them. Ho ho! Looks like you've gotten bigger and stronger already, Link. Just ahead lies Zora's domain. The Zoras serve Hyrule's royal family by protecting this water source. Their door will not open for anyone except those who have some connection with the royal family. Let them hear the melody of the royal family. Hoo hoo hoot! Always nice when you can find bombs in the grass. And actually, I'm about to hit the part of the game where I'm going to wish that I didn't explode that cucko. So one bomb's all it takes, huh? Yeah, I'm going to wish that I didn't waste all those rupees earlier by throwing them on the ground. Because this is what we actually spend rupees on. These magic beans cost more for each subsequent one. They're getting to be quite popular. They're all the rage. I'll regret it if I don't buy them now. Unfortunately, I can't afford any more yet. Well, this is certainly making things interesting. Why leave to not have to deal with chickens when I could just try and dodge chickens the whole time I'm here? The answer is because there's actually some things that I need to do while I'm here that become difficult when there are chickens attempting murder. Wait, are the chickens done? Do they give up? I did not know that. Well, I can buy one more magic bean now. They're the super popular magic beans, and they'll soon be sold out. Well, now I can't afford anymore. I actually need this chicken. I forgot that this was a Song of Storms grotto here, but it is. My bomb did nothing but waste my time and health. Well, goodbye, chicken. I don't think I need it anymore, but whatever. Young lad, you play the ocarina well. That melody is so fine, Ribbit. We should all practice it, Ribbit. Take rupees as a souvenir. If you come up with another nice melody, please drop by and play it, Ribbit, Ribbit. And it's the same text as last time. Had to think for a moment on what the right buttons to press would be to get this song, but I got it first try. Okay, not gonna throw 30 or 22 rupees on the ground by playing another song for them just yet. But I can go buy more magic beans. Oh, that's what I would need a chicken for, to get up there as a child. I should have just gone out of the river there. Jumped across, would have saved myself a little time. The super rare magic beans, this could be my last chance. I need them. Legendary magic beans, and he'll sell them only to me? Well, if you can't let them go for less than 90, then I can't get one right now. Whoops. Did not mean to jump into the water, but then again, it would probably be to my advantage if I leave and come back just to get the chicken back. Why is the owl back? So as you can see, we can do a bigger spin if we charge it, but it costs a smidge of magic. You've already told me this, owl! I'll play the sun song for the frogs later. So there's two grottos up here. One of them is a fairy fountain and the other is not. This one's the fairy fountain. We don't need that. Okay, 20 rupees, not bad. That means that upon playing the Sun Song for the frogs, we will be able to afford another bean. So that's going to have to wait a little. Because I want to bring this chicken somewhere. I don't know whether this chicken actually lets us get the heart piece early, but I'm sure as heck gonna try. Okay, I think it actually will. Oh yeah, easy. Now to go play some nice music for the frogs. And we cannot get the last frog embiggened until after we complete the next dungeon. So, it will have to wait. We can't get another reward from them until after we have learned yet another different song. So that'll have to wait too. You're back again? I've had to listen to this same stupid owl 3 times now. I think this is the last magic bean we need to buy. Oh, never mind. We don't need the cuckoo to get across these gaps, but makes it easier. No reason not to grab it. And we no longer have need of its services, so it can have a swim. And thus the door to Zora's domain is opened. Zora's domain, land of the Zoras. Neat. And there's King Zora himself. Oh, my dear, sweet Princess Ruto, where has she gone? I'm so worried. She might be closer than you think, old man. Just lighting that for later. Our diving game is 20 rupees. Pick up all the rupees I throw from here. You will have only a limited amount of time. When you pick them all up, come back here. I'll give you something very nice. So, this diving game. We pay 20 rupees for a chance to get 25 rupees. Hey, Wolfkinson. Yeah, Wolfkinson, it's, I started an hour early at my local time, or in my local time, and since daylight savings just started, an hour early is 2 hours earlier. Oh, I didn't realize this could get unlit. I thought the wooden braziers stayed lit forever. But yeah, it's effectively 2 hours earlier in the day than my last stream, between starting an hour early and daylight savings making that hour early be yet another hour early. What a graceful dive. Now please take this. This is a scale of our kind. With this, you can dive much deeper under the water. I mean, yeah, this is better than the bonus 5 rupees, but there is no reason to ever do the diving game again, I don't believe. So, hooray, we're done with that forever. And now we gotta go light some more braziers. Oh look, a bunch of fish. I missed one along the way. Or else one went out. One went out. Oh, bye stick. Bye brazier. Okay, gonna need to do this a little bit more quick-like. Thankfully, there's always a bonus stick in that pot right there. So if ever I am running low on sticks, I can pop into the shop and then right back out to get a stick back. And I probably should have... Okay, no, we made it. And now to just get these two. There we go. You ever seen a kid with this many hearts before? That's one healthy child. And since we can dive deeper now, we can get into here. We can also get that bottle there, which matters. In fact, I believe it's the only mandatory bottle in the game. It's already got something inside, too. And there's a few more things we'll want to do while we're here at Lake Hylia. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of them. Like, number one, we got to go fishing. Continuing on from Link's Awakening, we have another fishing minigame in this Zelda game. The biggest fish ever caught was 6 pounds. So the fish we want, I believe, is... Wow, that's some slowdown. Oh boy, this place does not run well. Must be all that water. Does it run better if I turn the 3D off? Oh, a little bit, yeah. There's a fish by the sunken log over there. That's the one we want to go after. That one. Yeah, you. Come here, you. So, whether you catch the fish or not does have elements of RNG. Like that. Though you're more likely to lose it if you're reeling while it jumps. But sometimes it just gets off the line, and there's not much you can do about it. If memory serves, there's also another fish that can qualify as big enough between these poles. Unfortunately, once you've gotten a fish on the hook and had it break off, it'll take a while before it's willing to... No one wants you, tiny fish. Get away. I want this fish. Yeah, as you can see, the fish that have been on the line all kind of hang out in the middle there. And they'll stay there for a good while. Take it. Eventually, they do go back to where they were initially found. It takes a while. There we go. Got the big one. Why? Well, that's the two fish that can qualify as big enough that have just slipped off my line. Now, the way speedrunners handle this, if they're trying to do like a 100% run or playing a randomizer and trying to get one of the random items that you can get as a reward from this, the way they handle it is they cast their line at where the big fish is, and then they reel it in as close to them as they possibly can without spooking the fish, and then basically just hope that the fish gets on, and then they catch it in a few frames. I don't know the timing for all that. Or the spacing. So let's see here. Is the big fella already back here? It looks like the big fella. Just need him to take notice of my stupid lure. Unfortunately, while a fish is in the middle there, they will not notice your lure. Hey, buddy. You want to maybe take a bite of this? While it's really close, you know you want it. Doesn't it look tasty? Yeah. Why? Why? I do not know what caused me to lose it there. Like, I set the hook and everything. Come on, game. So now we've got an issue in that every fish I want is in the middle there, where I cannot get it. And it will take time, like serious time, for them to actually come out of there. So, my options are wait, or I could leave and come back. Or, where is it? I don't remember where it is. There's a sinking lure that you can find somewhere in here. Hey, Drake, great. Yeah, there's a sinking lure you can find somewhere in here, and that, well, it sinks. And thus, fish are willing to, or able to detect it when it goes into the middle there. But then you get berated for breaking the rules, because sinking lures are against the rules. Really, this is just for a heart piece? The heart piece that I want, but just a heart piece. I have no idea how long it'll take for these fish to actually go back where they came from. Go back home, fish. Well, I don't want to leave completely empty-handed, so I might as well try to catch something. Look at that, it's a fish. The 3 pounds is nothing. Need a fish more than double that size. It's actually kind of incredible how this game runs so well everywhere else so far. But in here we get some huge slowdowns. Whatever, I'll leave and come back. Weigh my fish. Yeah, there's bigger ones, I know. I want to quit. Alright, now let me back in there. If I don't get them this time, then I'll give up until a while later. And only partially because I don't have the money to try again. Actually, I think that fish right there might also qualify, though I just spooked it, so... Oh well. But you're the biggest fish in this pond. I want you to become my fish. Okay, good, it didn't get on the hook, so it didn't get spooked. It tried to get on the hook, but the water was too shallow for it, so it had to flop. As fish do. Come on, buddy, you know you want it. Oh, he got too close to me, so he got, like, actually for real spooked. That's a shame. Okay. You. As the next biggest fish in this pond, you will be granted the honor of becoming my fish. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yes, I will keep 8 pounds. That's the biggest fish ever caught in this pond. So let's just take a moment to appreciate this giant gar. It's a heck of a gar. Whoa, this fish is huge. It looks like a new record. It's at least 8 pounds. Seriously. Okay, here's your prize. Excuse me? My prize is 5 rupees. I did that for 5 rupees? I want to quit. I just spent 40 rupees to get 5 rupees. For some reason, I was thinking there was a heart piece for both child and adult Link, but I guess there isn't. I'm Banuru, the Scarecrow musical genius. I hear a song once and I never forget it, baby. Whoa, you have an ocarina? Hey, why don't you lay a tune on me with it, baby? Whoops, no, I messed up. I messed up. Let me do another one. Now, on the N64, I like to do downright left up, just because it's got a little more something to it. But here, not so much. My name is Pierre, the Wandering Scarecrow. Actually, I wish I could wander to look for soul-moving sounds, but I'm kind of stuck here. I don't even remember where this owl takes me to. What are you doing? You've come a long way to get up here. Yeah, I know how to use the map. Link, this is a beautiful lake full of pure, clear water. At the lake bottom, there is a water temple used to worship the water spirits. The Zoras are the guardians of the temple. Hoo-hoo! The Zoras come from Zora's domain in northeast Hyrule. An aquatic race, they are longtime allies of Hyrule's royal family. I heard that only the royal family of Hyrule can enter Zora's domain. Hoo-hoo! I'm on my way back to the castle. If you want to come with me, hold on to my talons. I don't want to go with you. I mean, like, there's definitely stuff I could do at the castle, but I don't want to go there right now. It's too far out of my way. Well, I only have enough rupees to... Well, that's right. Unless the business scrubs sell anything of value, I don't have to buy from them. This isn't a randomizer. In randomizers, business scrub grottos are highly valuable because there are several checks that you can do for items. But that's right. In the regular game, I've been watching a lot of Ocarina of Time randomizers lately, but yeah, in the base game, they don't mean a whole lot. Unless you're short on supplies most of the time. So this Skulltula is not easy to get without a proper setup as a child. Well, not easy to get without also ending up in the water. There's a specific angle that you can do what I just did at that makes it so that your sword bouncing off the wall bounces you straight back onto the bridge that you jump off of. But since I was trying to go back here anyway, it doesn't really matter. Now, does it? Oh, this letter is from Princess Ruto. Let's see. She's inside Lord Jabu Jabu? That's not possible. Our guardian god, Lord Jabu Jabu, would never eat my dear Princess Ruto. But since that stranger Ganondorf came here, Lord Jabu Jabu has been a little green around the gills. The evidence seems clear. Of course, you'll go find Ruto. You can pass through here to the altar of Lord Jabu Jabu. I'll keep this letter. You keep the bottle it was in. Take it respectfully. Please find my dear Princess Ruto immediately. This scene is infamous. Yep. You gotta watch him slowly shuffle his way over, making amusing noises the whole time. There are some randomizers where they actually sped up his shuffle so that you don't have to watch it for as long. So, Lord Jabu Jabu is right there, but we have other business to attend to later, because it'll be easier later, actually. It'll save us having to go part way, so... Never mind, we'll deal with Lord Jabu Jabu immediately. So, Lord Jabu Jabu likes to eat fish. I have a fish. Hey, buddy, you want a fish? And now for inside Jabu Jabu's belly. The most unique dungeon idea this game had. Shabom. Which, shabon is the Japanese word for bubble, so this is just, like, they took the word for bubble and then made it a portmanteau with the word bomb for the Japanese name of this thing. So it's ba-bomb. I don't know why they didn't just call it that. Yeah, shabom. Beery. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do to defeat a Beery right now. And Beery is a Japanese onomatopoeia for, like, basically for what we would use for zap or spark or bzzzt.
You! Who are you? I am Ruto, Princess of the Zoras. What? Are you saying my father asked you to come here to save me? I'd never ask anyone to do such a thing. Letter in a bottle? I have no idea what you're talking about. My father is worried about me? I don't care. Anyway, I can't go home right now, and you, get out of here, understand? Oh no! Are you still hanging around here? I told you to go away. I'm okay. I've been going inside Lord Jabu Jabu's belly since I was little, but Lord Jabu Jabu is very strange today. There are electrified jellyfish and strange holes around. On top of that, my precious stone was... But that's none of your business. Anyway, you, go home now, understand? You're that worried about me? Then I will give you the honor of carrying me. However, I won't leave until I find the thing I'm looking for. You'd better believe me.
Well, thankfully, Ruto is a nice weapon, and she can actually defeat almost anything in here just by touching it. See? Ruto is one of the best weapons we have. Might as well keep this fairy, considering we've got 2 empty bottles right now. Barely made that jump. We're actually not going to need bombs in this dungeon, so let's get those, because a Deku Nut can kill Shaboms. Good job, Rudo. You did it. Now that we've got Rudo back upstairs, there's some things that we can explore that I didn't even go look at earlier. And this is a Bari, which is also another onomatopoeia for zappy things. And keep the word Bari in mind. It will come back. Oh, it doesn't look like I can press it down with my weight alone? Good news. I've got someone on top of me. I mean, Wolfkinson, you'd probably seem completely out of it, too, if someone kept picking you up and throwing you at enemies, so... Can you really blame her? And now I have the boomerang! Which is very convenient because it can grab items for us and then bring them back. Finally enabling us to get things that are out of reach. Good job, Rudo. So we need to leave something on this switch, do we? She won't mind. Now, this thing is a parasitic tentacle. In the original N64 version of this game, it was called a tail. And that always struck me as weird, because, like, what kind of creature has tails inside its gut? That's not how tails work.
How inconsiderate. How could you leave me behind? If you're a man, act like one. Take responsibility.
Also, you'll note that the floor here kind of pushes us. Oh, yep, they still call it a tail. always bugged me that they called it a tail. Before I watched speedruns of this game, I did not know that you could break those with Deku Nuts. So I always was using, like, the boomerang and my sword to try and pop them within the time limit. Deku Nuts make that timer super easy. And now to go deal with the other tail. And the last tail. I guess it's just Master Quest where there's a Skulltula in one of these rooms. So when aiming the boomerang in, well, not first person, but like this, without a target, it goes right between Link's ears. Also, it's interesting, when you throw it without a target, it goes straight, but when you throw it with a target, it curves. Not quite how boomerangs work, but this is a video game, so I'll allow it.
That's it. That's what I've been looking for. Throw me up there onto the platform.
Hang on. Well, actually, I guess I gotta. Fine. Princess Ruto got the spiritual stone. But why Princess Ruto?
Oh my goodness, I finally found my mother's stone. I got very upset when Lord Jabu Jabu swallowed it. While I was feeding him, he suddenly swallowed me. I was so surprised I dropped it inside. But now that I've found it, I don't need to be in here anymore. So take me home right now. Yeah, what's this, an octopus?
A big octo, specifically. don't know that we can actually go fast enough to get to it while it's not stunned. Yeah, it looks like we can. Actually, wait. Dang it. We're a lot faster when we're not targeting. Excuse you? Oh, you just turn around when you hit us? I mean, that's handy and all, but... It's a lot easier to hit with the boomerang when he's going the other way around. And the boomerang catches him on the way there instead of reaching where he was and then curving back. Okay, good. He turned around. That makes this easier. There we go. Done. But before we go up there, there is another room we gotta go into. We're gonna have to do some backtracking no matter what. Might as well do it now. Love how getting hit turned me around there. Did we just do this for money? Money and to fill in a slot on the map? Guess so. But then again, there's also somewhere else. But no, there's somewhere else that we also need to check. We will have a more convenient time to do so in a bit. Jabu doesn't like it when you cut his intestinal lining for some reason. Makes very unsatisfied noises. Weird looking. Anyway, we hop across to here, and suddenly there's a path to a switch that requires extra weight. Because while we probably could have jumped here on our own, we're not heavy enough. But now there's a path, and there's boxes right there. I don't know what this business scrub sells, but we'll find out. It's probably not anything worthwhile. Yeah, I don't need Deku Nuts. What are you even doing here? Excuse me, let me through. Ooh, perfect timing? Perfect timing. Maybe, or yeah, this isn't a more weight switch, it's a put something on it switch. Because if we could jump across and it was just more weight, then we technically could have done that with Rudo. Now, before we go fight the boss... Now, look on the map. You see how there's a gold Skulltula token icon right next to the name of the dungeon? That means we got all the gold Skulltulas here. Hooray. Our first dungeon where we got them all. And the first dungeon in the game where you can get them all in one visit. Yes, boss time. You remember Baris, the big jellyfish. Well, this is Barinade, which its Japanese name makes sense because I am positive that in Japanese it was Barinado, as in like tornado of Baris. Wait, no, I'm gonna want sticks. Well, I can put sticks there. I don't need those yet. I just... Okay, now we're on to this part. Okay, I clearly do not remember things. Okay, that's what it is. And then I need to actually boomerang it while it's spinning. And then it goes down, and then if you get hit by it, it should skip the cycle, or no? Yes. Yes, it does, actually. Because it stays down and fires some lasers at you for a bit if you don't get hit by it. But as soon as you take damage from it, then it just goes, okay, yep, that part of the cycle's done. A boss where getting hit makes it die faster. And that is the last dungeon boss that young Link will have to face. Though it is not the last dungeon that young Link will have. These pots have nothing of value.
You're late. What took you so long? You're useless. I was just lonely, that's all. Just a little.
I like how she doesn't turn to look towards him at all when he falls off the log.
You looked cool. Cooler than I thought you would anyway. Just a little. Well, anyway, you saved me, so I guess I'll reward you. What do you wish? Just tell me. You mean the spiritual stone of water, Zora's sapphire, don't you? My mother gave it to me and said I should give it only to the man who will be my husband. You might call it the Zora engagement ring. All right, I'll give you my most precious possession, Zora's sapphire.
Don't know why she had to swim so far away to give it to us, but okay. This is the spiritual stone of water passed down by the Zoras. Her most precious possession? You don't know what she's talking about, but you finally collected all 3 spiritual stones. Go back to see Princess Zelda.
Don't tell my father.
Okay. Now, I need it to be nighttime. There we go. Took a while to remember the buttons, but I did it. I got there. Surprised the entire wall was explodable. Now to get an item that is very, very useful if doing specific glitchy speedruns, but not so useful for me. A magic spell. I got Furor's Wind. This is warp magic. Use it once to create a warp point, use it again to return there. So yeah, it's only usable inside dungeons, which really limits its value. And, yeah, it's good if you need to go back to a specific room. But that's about it. Anyway, and nothing else young Link can do in here. Wait, no, there's still one thing. There's one thing. I walked right past it like a fool. There. now that we have the boomerang, we can finish getting all the gold Skulltulas in the Deku tree. No, it hasn't helped me in my quest yet. I haven't left here yet. Actually, if I want to go to the Deku tree, it would be faster to take the warp from outside Zora's domain. I was thinking of coming here because then I could use the owl to get to Hyrule Castle and do things there, but it's not that hard to just go to Hyrule Castle. There's still a whole bunch of stuff that we can get as young Link, but it's all out of the way, so most of it I don't want to bother with just yet. Save it for cleanup time. There are some gold Skulltulas here in Zora's River that we can get now that we couldn't before. Because Boomerang lets us get a lot of things we couldn't before. But that stuff can also wait. Okay, so where am I even going right now? The wrong way, that's where. So there should be a grotto under that boulder. And hopefully it will have bugs. Yeah, it'll definitely have bugs. Okay, so let's go ahead and drink the last of this milk, get one whole heart. Nope, not bomb. Bug. Other thing that starts with B is what I wanted. I wasn't looking at the screen and I just kind of tapped with my finger, hoping that I was in the right spot. I was not. And I almost exploded the bugs. I already played Saria's song for you. Nope. There we go. Okay, yeah, I've already played Saria's song for him. And now to use bugs. Oh, that's right. In the 3DS version, you can't grab one bug back while you, or after dumping them out at a soil spot. In the N64 version, once you dump out the bugs, they don't immediately get locked into going into the hole. So you can actually grab one back, and they'll still eject the Skulltula. But in this one, nah, you just... You drop the bugs, and then they're just permanently locked into going into that hole. It is their fate to enter the hole. And now to get out into Kokiri Forest. Let me grab it. Now I gotta go get more bugs. Okay, so that 20 rupees doesn't respawn. He doesn't have anything of value to me. Isn't there a gold sculpture, like, on one of the tines of this building? Or is that only adult? There are some gold sculptures that are adult only. By the way, Link's gonna grow up in this game. Just in case, like, the box art didn't tell you. And time to enter this tree's corpse. So, if memory serves, I just need to go downstairs. Yes, there is nothing for me upstairs. Alright, later, Wolfkinson. I believe this takes me right where I want to go. It sure does. So we needed both boomerang and bombs to get this Skulltula here. And it should be the last one in this dungeon. And it was. So now, inside the Deku Tree is complete. Took a while to get there. But we got there. Now, climbing is probably not the fastest way out. In fact, I could probably use Farore's Wind to just leave. Or I could save and reload. Like, save and quit, then reload the save, and that would put us right at the entrance. And that would also be faster than climbing, but meh. I believe there's still a little more that we can get as young Link in this general vicinity. Like, I can get more bugs. There's also at least one place I know of to use them still. In the Lost Woods, specifically, that is. That is in here. I don't need 5 Deku Nuts. Ow. I don't need 1 Deku Stick. I already got this one. Must have happened in the last stream. I completely forgot all about it. It's a shame they don't let me get the bugs back if I've already gotten the thing. Oh, cool. Traded a bomb for 5 rupees. Sure, let me pick up more Deku Nuts. I like upgrades. I will not just buy Deku Seeds. Now, is there a bomb grotto right around here? Yes. And what have I earned myself? Not bad. So there's a fairy fountain down there. I believe this wall is supposed to have a Skulltula on it, or is that adult only? Might be adult only. Yeah, I guess it is. Okay, then I came in here for nothing. So let's be on our way. Get some more bugs while we're at it. now I actually have to make a choice. Yeah, let's go to Zora's River. And then from there to Lake Hylia, and then from Lake Hylia to the castle. Probably not as fast as just leaving Kokiri Forest and going to the castle like that, but whatever. Wait a sec. Just remembered that the fishing game is supposed to give us more than 5 rupees. I guess we needed to get one even bigger than the 8 pounds we got, which means there's only one fish in the whole pond that'll count. So I gotta go back there. I must fish. And I must get a specific fish. Or maybe I only got that reward because I hadn't gotten the silver scale yet. Or no, I had gotten the silver scale. I got it before I came here because I used it to get here. Ah, the slowdown is so real. I remember one time when I was a kid, I was doing this fishing game, fighting this very fish for what felt like half an hour. Because it can pull harder than you can reel it in. It's just about whether or not it wants to be caught. But this time it wanted to be caught. 10 pounds, alright. Also, I got it first try that time and never broke off. Thanks, game. Whoa, this fish is huge. There we go. Right, I need to give him the thing back. Okay, we'll be back later to catch that same exact fish. And now to let this owl take us to Hyrule Castle Town. Or to the castle itself. I'm not sure exactly where it drops us off. But we'll find out. Okay, it drops us right where we need it to be. Link has seen this in a dream. Though that part's different. Arrgh, I lost her. You, over there, little kid. You must have seen the white horse gallop past just now. Which way did it go? Answer me. So you think you can protect them from me? You've got guts, kid. You want a piece of me? Very funny. I like your attitude. Pathetic little fool. Do you realize who you're dealing with? I am Ganondorf, and soon I will rule the world. Well, Zelda threw something. Let's go see what it was. So let's actually get it. Oh, it's the Ocarina of Time. So, just something about the shape and the angle of the Ocarina of Time here makes it look like it's stretching whenever that point gets closer to the camera. And like, even if I turn the 3D off, it still seems to be stretching. With the 3D on, it becomes even more apparent, like it actually does stretch. Because, well, stereoscopy, it gives you a sense of depth, but that sense of depth is based on just the shape of the thing. But it really enhances the illusion of the stretching. It's really weird to look at. Yes, this is the royal family's hidden treasure that Zelda left behind. It glows with a mystical light.
Link, can you hear me? It's me, Zelda. Link, when you hold this ocarina in your hand, I won't be around anymore. I wanted to wait for you, but I couldn't delay any longer. At least I could leave you the ocarina and this melody. This song opens the door of time.
Yep, the Song of Time opens the door of time and does a few other things besides.
Now, Link, play this melody in front of the altar in the Temple of Time. You must protect the Triforce.
Oh, hey, we're out of the water. Handy. Might as well grab the obligatory Sky Rupees. That did not work as planned. This isn't that hard. Come on. Are they just gone? Or is something just going wrong? Oh, they're still here. There we go. And I can actually save visiting the castle and getting the thing there until later.
Hi! Welcome to the Happy Mask Shop. We deal in masks that bring happiness to everyone. How would you like to be a happiness salesman? I'll lend you a mask. You sell the mask and bring the money back here. If you want to read the fine print, take a look at the sign right over there. After you've sold all the masks, you will become happy yourself. Have faith.
So, do I want to... Nah, we can wait for the... Well, no, because the Keaton mask and one of the other masks both go to the same place, so... Might as well do it now. How many heart pieces do I have right now? Just one. You know, that's kind of far. Let's not. I will get the rupees again, though. We haven't visited the night market yet. There's a heart piece available to us quite easily. Why, we just need to say hello to Richard here. Hi, Richard. And then bring Richard back here. This is not the right place. I needed to go in the other door. Let's go find Richard again. Hi, Richard. Come here. Come here, Richard. There we go. Why does everyone let their dogs outside at night? Like, these dogs are not out here during the day. Hey, I found Richard for you.
Richard! This is my little Richard. Thank you. Thank you. I'll give this to you as a reward.
Oh, neat. I never realized you could do this. I guess you probably couldn't in the N64 version, what with that having pre-rendered interiors, but whatever. We haven't done bombshoe bowling yet.
A customer. Welcome to our cutting-edge amusement center, the Bombshoe Bowling Alley. Do you want to know what you can win? Well, it's a secret. I can't tell you until you've paid to play. Aim for the hole in the center, then let Bombshoe go. You get 10 tries. Ready? Let's bowl. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's what you can win. Start.
Okay, so I can get my wallet almost filled by winning here. There's a setup you can do to make this, like, super easy. I don't know it. So I gotta do this the old-fashioned way. Which, clearly does not always have the intended result. Close. I hate when it's at the sides like this. The second target is randomized in where it is. It can be either at the top, at one of the sides, or at the bottom. The sides are always the toughest. And then for the last one, we've got the big cucko to deal with. It's a straight shot down the middle, but you gotta get past all 3 of these obstacles, 2 of which are alive and RNG. There's also other means of doing this. Like, I think you might actually be able to do it by doing this, or I might have just wasted my shot at 50 rupees. I wasted my shot at 50 rupees. Okay, what's the prize this time? Bomb shoes. Okay, I don't have any of those yet, so there's some value to it. Okay, we got an easy second round. We just gotta make sure to let loose when the small cucko is where it cannot get in our way. Come on. Nice. Though there's 2 other things that we actually want to win from here. There's one of them. Hey, first shot. Nice. Had some cooperative chickens. All right, show me the bomb bag. That's just bombs. No one cares about just bombs. How did that actually get the target? Show me the bomb bag. There we go. So I win this, and I will never have cause to do bombshoe bowling again. Also, I was off-center there. Alright, we got a top. Need that chicken to get out of the way. No, no, don't come back! Okay, good. There's also a way that you can send the Bombchu kind of diagonally so that it just runs along the wall and gets into the center there, but hey, this worked. Nope, done Bombchu bowling forever. We have no more unique prizes to get here. It'll all just be bombs, Bombchus, or rupees. None of which we need. Now to see what's so timey about the Temple of Time. All right. So what's behind the door of time?
Link, isn't that? It's that legendary blade. The Master Sword.
Excellent work. As I thought, you held the keys to the door of time. You've led me to the gates of the sacred realm. Yes, I owe it all to you, kid. Link. Wake up, Link, the chosen one. While he's while he's waking up, I'm gonna get myself a drink of water. Hello, man I've never seen before in my life. I am Raru, one of the ancient sages. Ages ago, we ancient sages built the Temple of Time to protect the entrance to the sacred realm. This is the Chamber of Sages inside the Temple of Light. The Temple of Light, situated in the very center of the sacred realm, is the last stronghold against Ganondorf's evil forces. The Master Sword, the evil-destroying sword that you pulled out of the pedestal of time, was the final key to the sacred realm. Link, don't be alarmed. Look at yourself. He is now 17 years old.
Look, Link, you're big now. You've grown up.
The Master Sword is a sacred blade that evil ones may never touch. Only one worthy of the title of Hero of Time can pull it from the pedestal of time. However, you were too young to be the Hero of Time. Therefore, your spirit was sealed here for 7 years. And now that you are old enough, the time has come for you to awaken as the Hero of Time. Well, do you understand your destiny? But remember, though you opened the door of time in the name of peace, Ganondorf, the Gerudo King of Thieves, used it to enter this forbidden sacred realm. He obtained the Triforce from the Temple of Light, and with its power he became the King of Evil. His evil power radiated from the temples of Hyrule, and in 7 short years, it transformed Hyrule into a world of monsters. My power now has only little influence, even in this sacred realm. Namely, this Chamber of Sages. But there is still hope. The power of the sages remains. When the power of all the sages is awakened, the sages' seals will contain all the evil power in the void of the realm. I, Rauru, am one of the sages, and your power to fight together with the sages makes you the Hero of Time. The Hero of Time chosen by the Master Sword. Keep my spirit with you, find the power of the other sages, and add their might to your own.
I received the Light Medallion.
Find the other sages and save Hyrule.
Link, we're back in the Temple of Time. But have 7 years really passed? It looks like you won't be able to use some of the weapons you found as a kid anymore. Let's get out of here. I've been waiting for you, Hero of Time. When evil rules all, an awakening voice from the sacred realm will call those destined to be sages who dwell in the 5 temples. One in a deep forest, one on a high mountain, one under a vast lake, one within the house of the dead, one inside a goddess of the sand. Together with the Hero of Time, the awakened ones will bind the evil and return the light of peace to the world. This is the legend of the temples passed down by my people, the Sheikah. I am Sheik, survivor of the Sheikah. As I see you standing there holding the mythical Master Sword, you really do look like the legendary Hero of Time. If you believe the legend, you have no choice. You must look for the 5 temples and awaken the 5 sages. One sage is waiting for the time of awakening in the forest temple. The sage is a girl I am sure you know. Because of the evil power in the temple, she cannot hear the awakening call from the sacred realm. Unfortunately, equipped as you currently are, you cannot even enter the temple. But if you believe what I'm saying, you should head to Kakariko Village. Do you understand, Link?
Yeah? Aren't you gonna teach me a song? I guess that comes later. Bothersome. Well, things look different out here. Hey, look, everyone's dead.
Oh, you are quite an energetic young man. You're brave and handsome, too. Your name's Link, isn't it? Don't be surprised. I can read people's minds. If I looked as good as you, I could run a different kind of business. My shop is the only ghost shop in Hyrule. Because of the great Ganondorf, it is a fine time for business like this. Oh, I can only hope the world gets even worse. The ghosts called Poes are spirits of concentrated hatred that appear in the fields and graveyard. They hate the world. Young man, if you catch a Poe, I will pay a lot of money for it.
So, who are you selling ghosts to? This is a ghost shop, but you buy ghosts from me. And you probably sell them to someone else for a profit, but who buys ghosts from you? And for what purpose? Let's actually go to Lon. Well, suddenly the sun. Yeah, let's go to Lon first. So much faster backwalking, especially as an adult. Almost made it. Actually, do I even have enough money for this? Maybe.
There are some people in Kakariko spreading rumors that I cheated Talon out of the ranch, but don't be ridiculous. That guy Talon was weak. I, the hard-working Ingo, poured so much energy into this place. I don't want any strangers like you saying anything bad about me. Listen, the great Ganondorf recognized my obvious talents and gave the ranch to me. I will raise a fine horse and win recognition from the great Ganondorf. Say, young man, do you want to ride one of my fine horses? If you pay me 10 rupees, you can ride. I'm good. Thank you so much.
Just getting my money back. Okay, I guess I can only get half of my money back.
Hey, young man, do I know you? I just felt as though I've seen you somewhere before.
When your time is up, I'll kick you out of here. I guess I gotta do this twice.
You're getting better. How about a little race with me? One lap around the corral with that horse. Let's make a little wager, say 50 rupees? But I don't have 50 rupees. He doesn't want to race someone so poor. I didn't have enough money. I would have had 50 rupees if I didn't have to pay to get in here twice. I might be... Well, no, I'd have to scrounge up 20 more rupees before I could do it, so... I was going to say I might be able to get enough money from here, but... I don't know that I can find 20 rupees. Unless... Well, there was 10. If I can find 9 more rupees, then I'll be good to go. Oh, hey, look, it's Malin. Oh, a visitor. It's been a long time since we've had a visitor here. Where did you come from? Since Ganondorf came, people in the castle town have gone. Places have been ruined, and monsters are wandering everywhere. Mr. Ingo is just using the ranch to gain Ganondorf's favor. Everyone seems to be turning evil. But Dad, he was kicked out of the ranch by Mr. Ingo. If I disobey Mr. Ingo, he'll treat the horses so badly. So there's nothing I can do. If only I could play their favorite song for them. Actually, I only need to find 4 more rupees to be able to afford the wager. That's 4 rupees I don't have yet. I don't know if I can find them here. I don't think there are rupees in here, but doesn't hurt to check. Yeah, there's nothing. Four rupees shy of where I needed to be. Taking advantage of gyro aiming while backwalking to just look around. Yep, I guess it's not meant to be. Unless... Will going back in here respawn the pots with the rupees that I need? If so, then I can make this happen. Okay, the rupees are back. Excellent.
Here we go. He's just constantly slapping that horse. There we go. One lap. Done. Shoot! If the great Ganondorf found out about this humiliation. Hey, you, how about another race? If you win, you can keep the horse. All right, I can keep the horse now. What's up with that horse? Is that Epona? How did you tame that wild horse right under my nose? I was going to present that horse to the great Ganondorf, but I bet it on the race and lost. Shoot! As I promised, I'll give the horse to you. However, I'll never let you leave this ranch. So, we've got two options here. We can jump over the fence and past him, which, sure, it's probably a bit more demoralizing for him. Or we can do a high jump, the likes of which we can never do again, and jump out here over the walls of the ranch. And now Epona is free and ours. And to Kakariko we go. Don't mind if I do. We have 31 gold skull shells. That's actually enough for 2 rewards. Hey, Outlander. Yeah, that would be pretty fun if that was the case, but alas. Oh, the Shard of Agony. It's not a Stone of Agony anymore. But now, when I go near something secret, we'll get to see something on screen. And the Giant's Wallet. Hooray! We got the biggest wallet in the game. Can hold up to 500 rupees. And now to go see a fun little bootstrap paradox. Or at least the later end of it. What? You've got an ocarina? What the heck? That reminds me of that time 7 years ago. Back then a mean kid came in here and played a strange song. It messed up this windmill. I'll never forget this song. Raining inside from the song. Oh no, a storm again! You played the ocarina again, didn't you? Grrr! I didn't play it again, this was the first time. You watched me play it. Did they patch this? Yeah. In the N64 version, you could actually jump off of these. And if you jumped off of them, you could catch onto the thing in the middle and then jump to the heart piece. Get it easily. Like, we don't have to go at all out of our way to get it later. But we could have gotten it slightly earlier if they didn't change the fact that you used to be able to jump off those things and now you can't. One of these graves has something new for us. But this one has something old for us. And behold, a fairy fountain. We actually don't need that. But it's here. There's also another grave where you can get something by playing the Sun Song. I think that one is back here somewhere. Is it this one? No. This one does have 5 rupees. There it is. Guess I have to play Sun Song from closer. There it is. I don't remember what's in this. But it's something, I bet. Probably a heart piece. Yeah, we could have gotten that as a kid, too. But whatever. We now have one full row of hearts. Half of the hearts in the game we have. Yeah, Outlander, the 3DS buttons are way less intuitive than the N64 buttons. And it bugs me. It bugs me a lot. Hey, Dampe, how's it feel being dead?
Hey, young man, are you fast on your feet? I may not look it, but I'm confident in my speed. Let's have a race. Follow me if you dare.
Dude's racing like it's Mario Kart, throwing fireballs at us the whole time. Also, it's not much of a race because he's always going to get to the finish before us. It's more of a just, can you follow me?
The time of this race was 1:01. Hee, young man, you were very quick to be able to keep up with me. Hee. As a reward, I'm going to give you my treasure. It's called the hook shot. Its spring-loaded chain will pull you to any spot where its hook sticks. Doesn't that sound cool? I'm sure it will help you. I live here now, so come back again sometime. I'll give you something cool. One more thing. Be careful on your way back.
So now we got to do that race again. And that right there is a speedrunning tactic to get back to the start here without needing to leave and then come back. So, doing this race once more, but a little faster this time, will allow us to get another heart piece. Because, yeah, heart pieces, they're things. Oops. That's fine, we can still make up the lost time. Wait, is this long shot only? Yeah, we need the long shot for that, apparently. Oh well. It's possible that we don't have to hook shot across to get the heart piece. Let's see if we can get it by finishing normally, and even if he won't give it to us, then we'll still be able to go get the heart piece from the windmill. Well, did it in 1 minute flat.
You're back, young man. Was the present I gave you fun and useful?
Oh, hey, heart piece. And now to play the Song of Time. You know, I'd be actually fine with the 3DS buttons as the Ocarina buttons if they didn't have it that X is not the equivalent of C up. Like, if Y was C left, A was C right, and X was C up, then we could have R as C down and L as A. And it would be a lot easier to just mentally map them to one another, but that's not the way they went with it, and it bugs me every time. So, now that we have the hook shot, there are options available to us. But first, I'm going to go back to the Temple of Time to hopefully learn a song. Okay, we actually have to do the forest temple first. That's right. There's actually an even more explicit time paradox that you can cause in this game. I do not personally have the skills required to do so, because it requires making use of a specific glitch that I have never once practiced and don't know exactly how to achieve. But there's a point later in the game where you get to a certain area as Adult Link, and Sheik teaches you a song to get back there. And that place is supposed to only be reachable as Adult Link using a hookshot. But with a specific glitch, you can get there as Young Link. And if you do get there as Young Link, then you still learn the song from Sheik. As Young Link. Sheik should not exist in Young Link's timeline. Why am I doing this during the day? Now, if memory serves, there's a gold sculpture on the back of this house. I guess memory does not serve. Either that or I already got it as a kid. There is one up there. And this is the sort of thing we plant magic beans for. to get very loud levitating beanstalks. I wish this one went a little faster. Because thus far it hasn't taken me anywhere useful. The reason I'm playing the 3DS version over the original is because they are basically the same game. There's very few differences between them gameplay-wise. In fact, the 3DS version even has some of the same glitches as the N64 version. Isn't there supposed to be a Skulltula up here? Yeah, they're so similar that even some glitches are preserved between the two. And since the 3DS version, at least in my opinion, looks nicer, like, I mean, it's got much higher quality textures and models and all that. The N64 version, it's got its charm with its visuals, but yeah, I just prefer how this one looks, and since they are so similar in every other way, and this one looks nicer and has some more convenience features, I just didn't see any reason to play the N64 version instead.
Who do you think you are? That Kokiri-like clothing won't fool me. I promised Saria I would never let anybody go through here. If you want to see her that bad, I'm going to need some proof that you're really a friend of hers, something you could only have heard from her. Not that she would ever be friends with a grown-up like you. That melody! Saria plays that song all the time. Do you know Saria? That song. Saria taught that song only to her friends. Okay, I trust you. When I see you, I don't know why, but I remember him.
Interestingly, the moblins that we see here are the only moblins in this entire game. They all exist in this one area. Yeah, gyro aim is definitely one of the better parts of OOT 3D. I'm also a fan of how they made the iron boots an equipable item rather than having to go menu diving whenever you use them. Like, specifically the water temple is the reason that I most wanted to play OOT 3D instead of the original. Just because it's sped up so much by having the iron boots be an item instead of gear. Poor guy never learned how to turn around. Yeah, it's actually quite telling how in the randomizers for this game, and basically a bunch of different ROM hacks for it, for the original, they added the Ocarina, Iron Boots, and Hover Boots as D-pad items. So they made it so that you could use the D-pad to equip and unequip those instead of go menu diving every time you needed them, because they're handy to be able to take on and put on, or take off and put on with just a single button press. So yeah, the fact that they take those features from this, effectively, and put them in the original game, yeah, it's telling. Yep, sorry is not there.
The flow of time is always cruel. Its speed seems different for each person, but no one can change it. A thing that doesn't change with time is a memory of younger days. In order to come back here again, play the Minuet of Forest.
And now we have our first warp song.
Link, I'll see you again.
To the the forest temple. To the forest temple. Outlander, I don't know what you're talking about with seeing Zelda constantly. You only see Zelda as a kid. I find it interesting that the first 3 dungeons you do as young Link, like, the dungeons you do before becoming an adult, not a one of them has any keys. But then, as soon as you become adult Link, basically every dungeon has at least 1 key. And in fact, some dungeons that you do as young Link after becoming adult Link have keys. Yeah, the Forest Temple's a good one. They got to explore some interesting stuff with it. Now let's send this block back to the past. Because that's what happens when you play the Song of Time for a Song of Time block. It changes what time it is in, between adult and child. When I was a kid, I always thought it just moved to a different spot, because in almost every situation, when you see a Tong of Time block, yes, words. Almost every time you see a Song of Time block, said block has another inactive one nearby. So as a kid, I always interpreted it as, okay, so I'm moving the Song of Time block from here to there, and that's what's happening. But that is not what is happening. You are actually changing what period of time the block is in, and you're also bringing a different block into this time. Something that I only learned very recently. If a gold Skulltula if a Skulltula locks onto you like that, if you just stop moving, then it won't attack you. It loses interest if you stop moving. And I didn't learn that until very recently. I had always assumed that, oh, you just gotta kill all the Skulltulas on a wall before you start climbing it, because otherwise they'll be jerks to you. But no, this is where I came from. Oh boy, a recovery heart. Always the best thing to find in a chest. So exciting. Isn't there a gold Skulltula in here? Yeah, it must be on the other end. Or I guess that's Master Quest. Speaking of, Master Quest is another reason that OoT 3D is worthwhile, because while I personally do have the GameCube disc with Master Quest on it, if you want to play Ocarina of Time Master Quest outside of Japan, your options are either chase down that disc for the GameCube, which is not cheap, or get OOT 3D, where you can just choose to play Master Quest. And Master Quest is interesting for being effectively a ROM hack of Ocarina of Time. They rearranged a lot of things in dungeons and made how you clear them just completely different. That said, I will not be playing Master Quest for this channel because I don't like it. I have played it and beaten it before, and while some of its changes to dungeons are actually pretty neat, a lot of them are just mean. They do things just to be obscure. They ruin the flow of the dungeon. And it's just, in general, not the greatest of times. Yeah, they did have an N64 emulator for the GameCube, though even the GameCube emulator that Nintendo made still had some issues. It was not perfect emulation. Yeah, the Master Quest version of the Water Temple you basically had to go through backwards, which was interesting, to say the least. Yeah, the GameCube's N64 emulator did crash a lot while playing Majora's Mask. It also had a lot of sound issues. And yeah. It was imperfect. If only I had something to hit that eye switch. This corridor is all twisted. It sure is, Navi. What a helpful thing to say. And now we get our first Ocarina of Time Wallmasters in here. And I don't have the key that I need to continue further. I like how the shadow is actually like a hand in this version instead of just a circle. It's neat. One of those graphical touches that's subtle, but really good. Yeah, Wii Virtual Console is the best N64 emulation Nintendo has ever accomplished on any system. Though it also is not without some issues. In fact, any game you're playing on Wii VC N64 emulation has a chance to just crash at times because that's just what it does. It's not often that you get a VC crash, but the fact that it can happen is annoying, and boy, has it messed up a lot of speedrunners over time. Because it's basically just, haha, your run is dead through no fault of your own. Yeah, it's a shame that they haven't matched the quality of Wii VC emulation even with Switch emulation. Like, they're getting closer with every patch they do, but they're still not there. Nice spin there, Link. There's the key I need. Yeah, the Switch, Game Boy, and GBA emulation is actually perfect. And when I say perfect in that sense, I mean it. It is flawless. Like, people have put it through the same tests that they put PC emulators for the Game Boys through. And it is flawless. There are no flaws, which is what flawless means, yes, but the fact that they achieved that level of emulation precision is incredible. Like, sure, it's not hard systems to emulate, especially not when you made the originals, but flawless emulation. If only we could say the same for N64. Like, N64 is the only NSO app that doesn't run things perfectly. All I know is, though the NSO N64 emulation isn't perfect, it's still good enough for casual playing. Like, do I wish it was better? Absolutely. But yeah, it's still good enough to play. And I'm waiting for the day when they put freaking DK64 on it. Because DK64 is only playable on, well, it's playable on N64, and it's playable on Wii U. And N64 is not the best place to play it. Well, I mean, I guess it technically is right now. But I wish it wasn't. And if N64 was a worse place to play the game, then that would be fine. Like, if Wii U was better, I would not complain in the slightest. But because Wii U doesn't have an N64 controller and DK64 only feels good with an N64 controller, it's got issues on Wii U. Not to mention the fact that Wii U runs the game better, which actually causes problems and makes some of the golden bananas in the game very difficult and almost impossible to get because of the way DK64 on N64 lags in specific ways, and the way the game handles lag frames, it speeds up the game to account for the dropped time, which makes certain things move faster during lag frames. And because of that, it makes you move faster during the lag frames. You become more able to accomplish certain things. Like, there's the beetle races are the most infamous part in the Wii U VC version of DK64, because even on N64, it was a very tight race that you had to beat, and it wasn't easy. But because of the lag that there was that sped you up, it made it less difficult than it could have been. But on Wii U, the game doesn't lag, which means that you never get that little helping hand of speeding up during lag frames. So yeah, Wii U VC runs too well for DK64, and also the controls just do not feel right. But if they add DK64 to NSO, NSO at least does a decent job of replicating lag that was on the original. And then between that and the fact that you can use an N64 controller for NSO, DK64 on NSO would be pretty cool. Like, it'd be the best accessible version of the game to date. But they just haven't done it yet. Use nuts to speed this along? Or no, I still want the bow. Yes, you can use nuts. The things you learn from watching speedruns. Before watching speedruns, I basically just never used Deku Nuts, because it's like, oh yeah, freezes an enemy so that you can hit them once, but why do you need to freeze them? You can just hit them once without freezing them. But then you learn that Deku Nuts can interrupt certain things and break certain cycles, and they become a lot more useful when you know everything they can do. Thankfully, Wallmasters know better than to target people who are on ladders. They know that that would just be rude. I don't have a key for this. Navi, I don't need your hints. The twisting and untwisting of hallways in this dungeon is a very interesting mechanic. I kind of wish they did more with it. And I'm not the biggest fan of how it's effectively you got to go through a hall, do things in it, then go back through that same hall and do the things again. That part I'm not a huge fan of. Especially when some of them you gotta go through it, do things, shoot the switch to untwist it, go through it, do things, go back, shoot the switch to retwist it, then go through it again. Bundle of arrows! The best treasure! I've forgotten how to get down to that ledge. I think we might need Scarecrow's song, and I kind of forgot to visit the Scarecrows after becoming an adult. And yeah, the whole Phi being very aggressive, shall we say. Yeah, it's not great. I haven't played Skyward Sword HD, but if memory serves, one of its changes is that they made it so that you could ignore Phi in at least some situations. Yeah, Phi was definitely a product of her time. Nintendo was trying to get more and more people into playing video games. They assumed that everyone would want to play every game, so they needed to add hand-holdy measures. And those hand-holdy measures had to be there from the start. Because you can't expect someone who doesn't know how to video games to, you can't expect someone who doesn't know how to video games to be able to figure out how to enable settings to help them in the menu. They're just going to turn on the game and play it then and there. And if they get confused or whatever, then they'll just put the game down forever. So they had to have the most hand-holdy of features there active from the start. I don't know why they couldn't have a toggle in the options to disable them. Maybe because there's some people who would accidentally turn off a feature that they needed to help them and not know how to turn it back on. That's probably what they were trying to avoid. And yeah, it wasn't great. But it was a product of its time. I can't fault them entirely. But yeah, it's a thing. In Outlander, they were holding hands not just for children, but for old folks. People who had potentially never played a video game. Ah, that's how I get to this door. Yeah, Skyward Sword did have some interesting dungeons. I wouldn't necessarily call them complex. They were all very linear. And the one that actually had like a very interesting gimmick, Phi popped up to spoil the gimmick the instant you encountered it. I wouldn't say Skyward Sword's dungeons were that much more simple than Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. All three of those games had very linear dungeons. Skyward Sword was a little more linear than the other two, but they were all very linear. But yeah, Skyward Sword treated the areas leading up to the dungeon as part of the dungeon. And while, yes, it often had you go through the same areas like 3 times, every time you went through them, it did something to shake it up, which I appreciate. It's better than just like, hey, Link in Ocarina of Time, go through Zora's River to Zora's Domain multiple times. Like, yes, I can do that, but it's not different every time. It's always the same trip. Whereas Skyward Sword actually does the interesting act of recontextualizing areas. Like, oh yeah, you gotta go through the forest to get to a dungeon. Okay, now go through a forest, but you're trying to avoid these things shining lights on you, and if they catch you, they're gonna drag you into the netherworld or whatever. Or at least drag you back to the start of the sequence. And then, now that you've done that, go through the forest, but now it's flooded and you have to swim through it. Things like that I always appreciate. Like, if they have you go through the same area 3 times, but each time is different, it's fine. Doesn't matter if they're recycling the area, because the way that you engage with it is different. Skyward Sword is a very good Zelda game, the first time through. Unfortunately, its design, being as hand-holdy as it is, makes it so that once you know what's coming and what you're doing, it doesn't have surprises left for you. And it's going to spoil the non-surprises. Skyward Sword HD, again, probably fixes at least some of that. Because they reportedly made it so that Fi doesn't always show up. Like, you have the option to not press button for Fi instead of Fi just showing up automatically, which, yeah, that alone is a change that makes Skyward Sword way better, if my understanding of it is correct. Again, I have not played Skyward Sword HD. I own it, I just haven't played it. I'm going to play it as part of my playing through of stuff. It's going to be taking... I need to aim higher! Yeah, it's going to be taking the place of standard Skyward Sword for my playthrough when playing through Zelders. There we go. Yeah, the revisits weren't really necessary story-wise. But, like, every Zelda game's gonna have at least a specific amount of content. And, like, it's better those revisits where they recontextualize an area than to have them do what they did in, well, in most games, where you go through an area and then, oh boy, now you're just going through it looking for hearts and stuff. Like, there's nothing inherently wrong with looking for hearts and stuff. But then again, when you're looking for hearts and stuff, but also get to go through an area that is recontextualized, it's just more interesting than it otherwise would be. Like, I do not have any problem whatsoever with there being area revisits in Skyward Sword. They handled them well. If they had handled them poorly... Yeah, thanks for telling me after I just saw the ceiling fall, Navi. Yeah, if they handled the revisits poorly, then I would have an issue. But they handled them well, so I have no complaints. Oh boy, another bundle of arrows! Getting that out of the way. I wouldn't say that that's being fair to Breath of the Wild. Like, yeah, it didn't have as many, well, it had 4 main dungeons, which were pretty decent. And then it had 120 mini dungeons, which varied in their quality. And yeah, Breath of the Wild, the reason the story was not quite the same type as other Zelda games, they kind of have to do that when they give you an open world that you can conquer in any order you want. Like, you can't have the most detailed of linear stories. Like, you can't guarantee that you'll hit all the story beats in the correct order when the player can do them in any order. So, having that open structure, you need to account for things like that. You can't have the same type of story as in other games. And Breath of the Wild was, I wouldn't say it's partially developed by the Xenoblade folk. They brought on some people from Monolith to assist in development, but it's not like they created it or anything. It's basically they just needed extra hands on the game, so they brought in some people from other studios to just fill in the gaps, effectively. This room always interested me, because, like, you got the design on the floor of it. You're spinning an octagon, but this design on the floor, if those 2 blue sections were red, then we would know that the Umbrella Corporation worked on the Forest Temple. Well, to be fair, making any quests that were not just fetch quests instantly makes the quests in Breath of the Wild better than those in Twilight Princess, which is exclusively fetch quests. Not even mostly. Exclusively. Oh boy, a bundle of 1 arrow. And let's see here. Cool, I got all the gold skulltulas. That means we are allowed to finish this dungeon. I also gotta press this button. And here we go. Lost time. Well, I guess we just leave. Yeah, Breath of the Wild didn't have as strong a story as some open world games, nor did it have as strong of side quests as some open world games. But it did have 120 mini dungeons, which it's kind of hard to overstate how much value that adds. That's where they focused the game's value, and I wouldn't say it was poorly spent. And now we just gotta work as hard as we can to prevent this guy from coming out of a painting. Wow, same painting, huh? Nice miss. Nice miss. I was not ready for him to knock it back a second time. I don't know that I've ever seen that move before. Hey, kid, you did quite well. Looks like you might be gaining some skill. But you've defeated only my phantom. When you fight the real me, it won't be so easy. What a worthless creation that ghost was. I will banish it to the gap between dimensions. Because that text auto-advanced, I just have to hope that I said the right words, because I did not read them fast enough. Yes, Ree, they are mostly the same assets with not much to carry any sort of storytelling purpose. But it's a lot of content to play through, which is the thing I'm getting at. Like, Zelda games have never been the best stories in the world. Like, Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword are often held up as the best stories that the franchise has to offer. Ocarina of Time as well, but, like, they're not anything that involved. Breath of the Wild story was not that much smaller than other Zelda games. There was just more space in between the storytelling beats that it had. And I'll take a ton of fun side content with, yes, there's wide variance in terms of how good each individual shrine is, but there's enough good ones that it's more quality gameplay than you get out of any other Zelda game. They played to their strengths, and they made a fantastic game by doing so.
Thank you. Because of you, I could awaken as a sage. I am Saria, the sage of the Forest Temple. I always believed that you would come, because I know you. No. You don't have to explain it to me. Because it is destiny that you and I can't live in the same world. I will stay here as the forest sage and help you. Now please, take this medallion.
Yeah, I'd argue that Twilight Princess is my least favorite 3D Zelda because it had no identity of its own. Like, for the most part, it felt like it just wanted to be Ocarina of Time again, which, when they started developing it, that's what it was going to be. It was going to be an Ocarina of Time remake. Like, oh, how big can we make Ocarina of Time on the GameCube? But because of that, it doesn't have much of an identity of its own, and I'm not a fan of it. It doesn't have enough of its own ideas to make me not want to just go play Ocarina of Time instead. Ocarina of Time is a tighter, more focused experience than Twilight Princess. And while, yes, Twilight Princess does have cool story beats, especially when it comes to Midna, Ocarina of Time is just snappier. Of course, I will always be your friend. But yeah, Majora's Mask is still my favorite 3D Zelda. Wind Waker is second. And Breath of the Wild is probably third. Wind Waker, yeah, it's got a lot of linear stuff. But it's also got tons of charm. And I love that about it.
Hi there, I'm the Deku Tree Sprout. Because you and Saria broke the curse on the Forest Temple, I can grow and flourish. Thanks a lot. Hey, have you seen your old friends? None of them recognized you with your grown-up body, did they? That's because the Kokiri never grow up. Even after 7 years, they're still kids. You must be wondering why only you've grown up. Well, as you might have already guessed, you're not a Kokiri. You're actually a Hylian. I'm happy to finally reveal this secret to you. Some time ago, before the King of Hyrule unified this country, there was a fierce war in our world. One day, to escape from the fires of the war, a Hylian mother and her baby boy entered this forbidden forest. The mother was gravely injured. Her only choice was to entrust the child to the Deku Tree, the guardian spirit of the forest. The Deku Tree could sense that this was a child of destiny whose fate would affect the entire world, so he took him into the forest. After the mother passed away, the baby was raised as a Kokiri, and now, finally, the day of destiny has come. You are a Hylian and were always bound to leave this forest. And now you have learned your own destiny, so you know what you must do. That's right, you must save the land of Hyrule. Now, Link, break the curses on all of the temples and return peace to Hyrule. It was a surprise to learn that the Saria is one of the sages, wasn't it, Link? I wonder how Sheik knew. Anyway, off to the Temple of Time.
Yeah, the Triforce Shard hunting itself was not the most fun. I do like that they added in some well, not added in, but that they had some mini dungeons to, like, get Triforce charts. Paying to unlock the Triforce charts and then go get the actual shards. Yeah, not great. There's parts of Wind Waker that are not fantastic. They smoothed it out in Wind Waker HD. They didn't eliminate all of the parts that weren't fantastic, but they smoothed it out. And, again, the game as a whole has just so much charm. I can't stay mad at it. And I know there's some spots that I planted beans that I didn't go visit, but they can wait. Because it's getting close to time to end this stream, but I don't want to do it before going to meet Sheik. Outlander, the Wind Waker HD replaced some Triforce charts with the pieces themselves. Some. It's still got about half of them left. Still a really good game, though. Between the shortened Triforce Shard quest and the Swift sale, Wind Waker HD is a very good remake. I kind of wish they had an option to keep the original visual style rather than the very bloomy new lighting. But it's still a very good remake. I think the original's visual style is timeless and honestly probably better than HD's. But HD is not bad by any stretch. It is a fantastic update.
You destroyed the wicked creatures that haunted the temple and awakened the sage, but there are still other sages who need your help. In order to awaken all the other sages, you must become even more powerful. You must travel over mountains, underwater, and even through time. If you want to return to your original time, return the Master Sword to the pedestal of time. By doing this, you will travel back in time 7 years. If you want to challenge the mighty foes you've defeated again, make for the bed in your childhood home. In the realm of dreams, you should be able to face them anew.
This is a new feature in OOT 3D. It was not in the original, and it's pretty cool that they added it.
The time will come when you will have to return here quickly. I will teach this to you for when that time comes. The song to return you to the Temple of Time, the Prelude of Light.
Second warp song.
As long as you hold the Ocarina of Time and the Master Sword, you hold time itself in your hands. Link, we shall meet again.
And with that, I'm going to call this a stream. Thanks, folks, for dropping by to watch and chat and all that. And I will see you on Tuesday for some more Ocarina of Time. See you then, friends.